We had a chance to sit down with author and advisor Peter Johnson at PPI Rendezvous's gathering in Westminster, Colorado, to share insights into his new book, The Little Book of Family Treasure. Peter is the founding principal of P.W. Johnson Wealth and Legacy Institute. Peter, in fact, was our sponsor to the Purposeful Planning Institute. Peter believes that Covet can be the connective tissue between a family's wealth and the stories behind personal possessions. Peter's sage advice on transferring wealth from one generation to the next hinges on trust and transparency across family members. Covet is a great platform for engaging the rising generation in a family's financial plan. Here is our discussion with author Peter Johnson.
Well, thanks for introducing us to the Purposeful Planning Institute. So we're now new members. Tell us a little bit about your involvement and your history with PPI.
Well, I met a guy at a conference years ago, and he described my dysfunctional and failed family. And I said, "How did you know?" And he said, "Well, that's the work we do. I'm a former estate planning attorney, and this is really important that people get the human side of estate planning." And he introduced me to John A. Warnick and to Purposeful Planning, which is the finest group of people that I've ever met. Maybe others might be equal, but nobody is better than the folks here.
You know, being at the event and under the big top for 2 days now, I've got a deep appreciation for the human dynamics that that these level of advisors are dealing with. And you know, a lot of what your book, The Little Book of Family Treasure, I just wanted to make sure that we threw that out.
Thank you.
Is about opening up lines of communication and bringing in the rising generation into the conversation and building trust. Tell me what inspired the book.
Well, not much has been said about the human side of estate planning. And sadly, I think we as a culture, and the Western world in general, miss the boat when we focus on the legal aspects and the financial aspects and put those in the driver's seat. It really is about people, and nothing else works when the people can't get along. They become estranged and alienated and suffer greatly, and I think there's trauma that goes down through the generations that's unnecessary. And we have the opportunity not just to do the estate planning right, but we enjoy the benefits as soon as we start to practice the principles of connection and well-being that we can enjoy ourselves and share with our loved ones. Yeah.
Also, I had the privilege of sitting in on your session with Libby yesterday about lessons from the crucible. And then that was, there was some drama that came out of that conversation, or I sense, those human dynamics when things go wrong.
Well, I'm glad that it came across. I wanted people to have the sense, however briefly, of being in the shoes of the people that we're helping. And I guess the lifeboat exercise going down with the iceberg stirred something up there. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, in anticipation of some of that, you're familiar with our Covet platform.
Yeah.
I'm curious, you're a little connected to the platform now, you understand it. Do you think it could be kind of some connective tissue to the rising generation? Could it be instructive? Could it be useful in mentorship?
A wonderful question. I think it reflects who you guys are.
Oh.
That you are really heart-centered, on a heart-centered mission. And I have an answer for you or two. I think having the structured approach that you've taken and helping people get organized, especially with the help of their advisors, is a really golden opportunity to walk the clients through in an unintimidating way, but to make sure that every I is dotted and T's are crossed, and that it opens up the chance for us to have the conversations and to follow up. Otherwise, people are, well, we haven't gotten to it yet, maybe after January when we have our family vacation or something. I'm really excited about using it, and our clients so far have been really delighted by it, not just happy.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Um, I think when I was getting to know you, I learned that, especially maybe to generation 2 or generation 3, wealth and money is kind of an abstract concept. Um, Values can be probably hard to grasp for some younger people, but when you start talking about property, personal property, heirlooms, backstories that accompany that personal property, is that something that can facilitate deeper conversations?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my focus has been that just going through the steps with an advisor who is aware of the human side of the dynamics would be enough. But yeah, what a golden opportunity to dive into family history and stories and begin to introduce those concepts, and also prevent the fights over the family clock that was on the mantle, or the old car in the garage, or the house that we can't sell, or whatever it might be, that people tend to fight over everything. They want to feel heard, they want to feel included, they want to feel safe first. And that's where we bring the human element in and help people recapture that spark in their lives and that real connection.
Terrific. We introduced this kind of thought just before we came here. Could this platform be a digital hearth, especially with the geographical dispersion of family members? Not everyone lives in the same zip code, and it's a family business, third generation. Everyone lives in the zip code. That's not the world is more dispersed than that. So does that concept of digital hearth, does that resonate with you?
Yes, absolutely. I'm a technology guy as well as a human and spiritual and nature kind of guy. I have found just in the last couple of weeks ways that we can use artificial intelligence to keep conversations civil and to help us tone down our speaking and to listen with some filtering, where we don't need to hear accusations and harsh implications that people throw at us. I think there's a real opportunity to use lots of new tools, and you can be at the center of that with your company if you want to be. But I'm sure it's coming, because it will save time, money, and a lot of heartache, I think.
Well, I think the time's come, but I wanted to thank you so much for sharing this venue with us, your time with us, your wisdom. And we've met so many great people here this week, and we look forward to being back next year.